Professional.
Very professional.
No, keep it with you, please.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay. So we're going to go through different types of appointments. The nutrition appointments are basically three. There's the assessment. There's going over the program. Yeah, let's get this stuff out of your way for you. And then there's the follow-up. The assessment is using the software, and the program overview, we pretty much don't use the software except for writing the actual menus and creating a grocery list and making sure that the client can access. And then the follow-up one, that's when we're pressed for time. We have 30 minutes. We're going to do a body fat and then make changes in the program. So we went over some of this with Alma, but we're going to review quickly the assessment. So let's add in a client. So you go to Members, which is that second tab there. There you go. And hopefully it goes quicker than that. There we go.
Member.
Right. Now, in the case where we're doing a free assessment, like let's say downstairs or in a new gym, members get a free assessment. Let's go back to members really quick so we can catch Eric up to speed. Because you have to collect payment information when you add a new member, we're going to add in assessments into your accounts. And because it's associated with the gym, we're going to have both of you log in as B2B business under that account, and then you will be the nutritionist underneath that. We have multiple nutritionists in the gym. So what I'll do is I'll load a certain number of free assessments, and then what you would do is let's go to test pre-assessment. So we're gonna go across work with. I tell you.
And then it'll say my name, working with free assessment.
Right, exactly. So what opens up now is the client side assessment that we have to do with that person. So the first thing we have to do that's already been done with this free assessment is their age, their height, and their weight. That's already been done. That's actually like step 0 if there was to be a 0. Right. Then we go back to search members. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into contact information under test free assessment. And we would actually change this to
Rebecca Jones.
Yeah, exactly. Change it to her real name, exactly, and hit update.
Okay. Do you want me to actually do it, or?
Yeah, we'll do somebody's first name and then free assessment.
So we'll just leave it like that.
Okay, we'll leave it like that.
So we don't get confused. Think that we actually add.
Yeah, very good. All right, it
Would
updated.
It close?
It won't close. So now you have to close it. You got it. Very good. So the next step after we've added in height and weight and ethnicity and time zone is to do a body fat. So then we go to testing. Maybe we need to shut some of these down so that it goes faster. Yeah.
Example, this one you don't need it.
Yeah, don't need it. Don't need any of them except for these two. It's Malnutrition Awareness Week. Okay, we don't need that. That's email. Very good. Hopefully it'll go faster now. So we've already done screen 0. Now what we would do, after you filled out screen 0 on the client side, now we're going to pick a body fat formula. And then we've already put in whether she was male or female. I don't know. I probably put in male because I think it was my dad. And then we're going to put in weight. I'm going to do body fats. And the most challenging part of this whole thing, I think, is not even getting used to the software. It's just getting used to pinching people in 10 places. Now, we'll spend some time today, I think, after, because we have a full hour. Let's just concentrate on the software now, and we'll go back to doing this.
Okay.
So let's just put some fake data in there. So let's say that the person's 200 pounds. And then let's do every pinch is around, I don't know, 10 millimeters.
Gosh.
All right, now let's do male realistic measurements. Okay, ladies, you think you know the measurement of a man?
15.
A 15-inch neck? Okay.
That's pretty
good.
normal.
That's good.
Chest, I want to say my type 40.
40.
I say 45.
That's true. You're right. 45.
Arm?
Arm should be at least 18. At least, and that's
Good.
that's really like.
I'm feeling kind of small right now.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Imagine Alex. He's like what? 13, 12, somewhere around there.
Oh, I don't know.
Forearms?
Forearms, let's say, I don't know, 13.
That's good. 13 or 14 is good. Close, within 5 or 6 inches of or 4 inches of the arm in proportion. Just for a note, symmetry in men typically is neck, biceps, and calf all within an inch of each other.
Oh, really?
That's symmetry. If you want really muscular arms, then you would go.
A little bit more.
Wrist, what do you think?
Wrist 7.
Very good.
This is just estimated. I swear.
Well, we did Kevin, so if you have
I have no.
you remember putting Kevin in. Waist. What's a good waist for a man?
Waist would be. I'm not big on waist, so let's do 32.
That's a small waist.
Oops.
That's good. Anything under 36 is accepted as healthy. Navel's belly button. So waist is narrowest point. Navel's across the belly button.
35.
What?
35.
That's good. Booty.
Yep.
What kind of booty should a guy have?
I'm thinking. Usually they're not that big unless they have a big butt.
Yeah. They're...
I had a boyfriend that his butt was like
Oh my god.
amazing.
Amazing big, amazing small.
Amazing big and like it looked faked.
It looked fake.
Completely. Everybody would see be like, dude, you can't have those butt cheeks. Like it's too perfect. Like all the pants would fit him great.
Really?
Like he didn't have a problem. Yeah.
2 bowling balls.
Yeah. Absolutely. So let's say what, 40?
Okay, 5 inches less than his chest.
Is that?
Okay.
Well, I
feel
mean,
like 40. I feel like
ideally
bigger?
it should be the same, right?
Close to the same. It's good.
Like
So
46,
I'm thinking
44
or 42, 43.
Okay. Good.
Are we gonna have it made?
Yes.
Is there a fabric after this?
Yes. When you
Do we send it?
press enter and it spits out the guy.
Where does it come out? Over here?
Yeah. Yeah. It's mail order. It comes in the mail.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Okay. What do we got?
Thigh.
Sorry. Let's say 20.
20 and 24. Is that little? I feel like that's little for.
20 is very little for me.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
26. Or is that still small?
27.
We'll just keep going up.
27. He's got some thick legs.
Okay. 26.
Very good.
50. 14, 15,
So remember symmetry in a man.
14.
That's skinny calves for that guy.
Really? Okay.
It's smaller than
I'll
his neck.
change it.
Yeah, please put some calves on that guy. There's
That's
nothing worse than not
That's safe.
having calves and big upper body.
Yeah, when they have like the stick
Yeah.
legs and they're just like
Chicken
bench
legs.
pressing. It's like, what are you doing in
Chicken
lifting?
legs. Oh, see what happens.
Okay,
There's
so now,
nothing.
so now when we did it,
It is
the chart is not right.
imaginary.
So the next step after you do your first body fat is you got to hit report configuration, which is first one on the left there. There you go. Now we have to make the chart pretty for him.
So it would be weight.
This is based on his goals. So
And
I think. He's 200 pounds. That's all muscle.
oh wait, gosh. I
You
like
didn't
he's
think
small
about
for
that.
how he
We put it very small. So let's say decrease in weight.
you want him to be lighter than 200.
Maybe. Did we fit? No, actually,
I feel like his measurements are off for how much.
yeah, it's for that weight.
I feel like he should weigh like 180.
Really?
For
that?
his measurements?
Oh, very interesting.
Or maybe, am I just wrong? I'm not good with numbers.
No, I think it's right,
That's right. Okay. Do we want to decrease?
but we
Or
don't want.
just
I
stay
don't
the
think we
same?
want.
He's at 12%. He's
Yeah.
got big muscular arms. So does this guy want to lean out, or does he want to gain muscle, or say maybe he wants to stay the same? Then what would you
I
put
think he
there?
wants to stay the same.
If he wants to stay the same, we don't put anything.
I know it
Well, you
makes
have best
put
and worst. So
something
he doesn't want to gain weight, or maybe he does. So decreasing weight for this guy might be.
Too skinny.
Maybe
Yes.
unhealthy.
Yes.
So we want to increase.
So he wants to increase. You got it.
Fat percentage.
He's at 12%.
12.
So he could decrease a little bit.
baby bit.
Right. Very good.
Fat mass.
Goes along with.
Decrease. Lean body mass.
Increase.
Up. Increase. Skeletal muscle up.
Up.
Okay. So now you got to do the inverse or the opposite.
Worst. So you want to. Wait, what?
So it would be the exact opposite of the top.
Okay, so
decrease.
Increase. Increase. That. No, come on. Increase.
You need to change the fat.
Wait, decrease. Did I get it wrong?
The fat. You need to
Fat percentage.
Oh, whoops. Thought I clicked it. There it goes.
There we go. Okay, this one doesn't really matter right now for this report. You can skip that section. But he fills that out, and we would fill that out again when we do the assessments. And it'll switch over. It'll carry over from when we do the rest of the assessment. But this is for the chart when we're doing his body fat. So professional profile, he's 200 pounds, and this is for the parameters of the chart. So what would his minimum weight be on the chart? If he's around 200 pounds, he might lose a little, maybe not.
190.
Let's look at the intervals. They're at 25 intervals. So right, yeah. So I would agree, like 175.
Yeah.
Max weight would be something over 200.
225.
There you go. Because he's right at 200 right now.
Yeah.
He's at 12% now. Maybe he'll get a little leaner.
Like 10?
Yeah.
There's something less than that. Max 15?
Sure, that falls within the parameters of the chart.
Or do you want that to stay like within 5 if someone's trying to lose it, right? Or should you put it up if you think they're gonna gain weight? Like if they're like prone to like eating bad, like will it make like their chart seem like crazy bad when like they do gain a little bit of weight and then we print it out and show it to them? And
Yeah,
they're
you don't
just,
want him to be off the chart. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So
So would you want to put more?
If he's at 12% and he goes above 15%, I think he's really trying hard to do bad.
Yeah.
So I think that this is correct.
That's fine. But like say for like a middle-aged woman who tends to not eat that well and how would you set up her chart for that? Like, would you do slightly more than just 5%?
No, because I'm confident that every client that comes and pays a dollar amount for our services are gonna,
Okay.
Looking at this blade. Okay. What is he doing with that knife?
You know.
I feel confident that you're gonna follow what I say.
I'll stab you to death. Thank you.
Okay. Minimum fat mass, skeletal mass. So this is the second chart.
So minimum.
So minimum would probably be 0.
0. Maximum.
Okay, this is maximum lean body mass. So that's his weight's 200. So a safe thing to do would be 0 to 200.
Okay.
Because we're kind of dividing up his body.
Perfect.
Right, there we go. Hit continue. And a little green thing will come up at the top of the screen that says your report configuration has been saved successfully. Now go back to the results, and now we should be able to see a good chart.
Under.
On the left side, third one down, pro body comp results. All right, so here the intervals are almost on top of each other. We could make the chart a little bit different to try to make it a little bit more readable, but to me this is acceptable. So he's 12.6% at 200 pounds. Let's scroll down to the second part of the chart. Here, yeah. So his lean body mass here is 174.8, and then within his lean body mass, 97 pounds are just muscle attached to bone, and 25 pounds of his body is fat. So at 12%, 25 pounds are fat. Now what's his strength to weight ratio? We would take 97.3 and divide that by 200. He's almost 50% muscle. This guy is very, very muscular. He has huge arms for his height. He's 5'11", 200 pounds, 18-inch arms.
5'11"? I was thinking more like 6'1".
Ah,
I was thinking 6'2" or something.
there we go.
We should have thought about the
Poor,
height.
it's a poor short
Poor
slide.
guys, like little like
Poor
muscular
shoes.
thing, like
Poor
girl.
guy.
Okay, change it. Send it back. Defect.
It's defective. Just gotta switch out his
No,
arms.
this is what you ordered. No, I didn't. 180 days guarantee.
Oh, there you go. 6 months, you get to throw them back. That's it.
That's funny.
Wow.
You can make that into a movie. Okay, so he's very, very muscular. Let's scroll down and look at the sides here. What you guys have set here are best and worst stats. So now that when we do subsequent body fats, it will show you, okay, here's his best based on his goals. Here's his worst based on his goals. It'll show the total changes in his progress from the first to the last body fat. And the recent changes, it just shows the last two, what he's done since the last body fat. Right, so that's the purpose.
So this is like the baseline, like when you're taking a report.
Yes. And if you scroll all the way up, now we've got his calculated resting metabolic rate, but we haven't put in his activity. So it's saying his total energy expenditure and his resting metabolic rate are around the same. Okay. So let's go to TriSystem. Let's go to the client side tab. There we go. And now we got to complete his assessment. So we can quickly go through this. I want my weight. Does he want his weight to increase or decrease or no change? Probably no change.
No change.
Wants more muscle.
Increase.
There you go. So what do you think? So now we gave him the measurements. Now we can adjust them here, right? So here we are. We're sending them back for a remake, right? What do you want? You want him to have a bigger? You want him to have a big, thick neck? No neck? No. So 15 is good, right? His arms are big enough, or do you want him to be a little smaller? That's good. 18 inches.
It's huge.
His wrist, his navel. He's at 12%, so he probably wants his waist to decrease a little bit.
Yeah, that's a decrease here.
Not his wrist.
It's the wrist.
Oh. Waist.
There you go. And,
His
and
navel,
navel, they kind of go
degrees.
together. If he's a guy, he probably wants his chest to be bigger.
Navel right here.
Yeah.
And probably wants his glutes to be bigger.
So,
Maybe, but you guys can override that.
He wants his chest to get bigger.
Yeah.
maybe. All guys want that. Safe.
Very good. All right, so now we're going through the assessment. Now, this is designed for them to do it at home if they were never to meet you. So let's not estimate body fat. Let's take that body fat that we just did and record it for them. So click tape measure. So when they're in the office, you would click tape measure. You put his weight in, 200 pounds. We go to other method. So click down on the bottom. Other method means other than he's not doing a home tape measure. The method's TriSystem because that's one of the 3 that we picked. Do you remember this? You guys understand that it's TriSystem?
Because there's 3 different.
There's 3 different body fat formulas from the professional body fat.
There you go.
There you go. You remember that. All right. And the fat percentage, if you put in right next to that, it's 12.6.
This one?
Yes, ma'am. Save and continue. There we go. Now we have to calculate how many hours he sleeps. Let's assume that he sleeps 7 or 8 hours a night.
7.
There you go. So on the weekday, put 7. On the weekend, maybe he sleeps more or less. Okay, we'll go through the day. Okay.
Oh. Okay. So maybe like 10 or 9.
8.
Wow.
He's
He's a lucky man if he sleeps 9 hours. That's good.
8?
Okay, 8.
Let's do 8. More realistic.
Resting is watching TV or studying. It's pretty much motionless but awake.
It's probably doesn't do that much.
Throughout the day, maybe like it's easy to sit down and watch TV easily 2 hours.
Okay.
So
On a weekday.
yeah, let's say 2.
Okay.
Very light.
Now-
Walking.
Now this is what
Or is it typing sitting at a desk?
That's correct. But I would prefer you guys use this third one. God bless you. As the catch-all. So he's got 9 hours of other activity. Let's do very light activity for another 13 hours.
Okay.
Because unless he's a mailman or a nurse or somebody who's doing partial manual labor.
Like for me, on a good day when I'm training people and moving around, and then I go and what would it still fall into very light?
While you're here training with people, those hours might be light activity. But moderate and heavy activity are for people that are digging ditches all day or
Like
carrying a
construction.
load. Yes, but factory work is more moderate activity where they're actually having to use their muscles. And not that you're not having to use your muscles; it's intermittent.
Yeah.
And this is determined calorie expenditure. So I guess I did that wrong. 13 plus 9 is 22. So I guess we're looking at 15 hours of very light activity to make it, because it has to add up to 24 hours in a day.
This is the part that I'm so glad that we're doing it because
It's challenging for a lot of clients that try to do it at home. Yeah, this is where we'll get a call.
It's
I can't make it. I can't get past step 3.
So it's better to underestimate it over.
Yes, ma'am. So if he watches football, maybe he rests.
So the weekend is gonna be more
Maybe,
like
yeah.
4 or 5 probably.
Especially if he's a football guy.
Yeah, sports.
Did
guy.
we do this with Alex? This part?
Yes.
Yeah.
He wrote it down on the paper.
Oh, okay. So very light activity would be the remainder, so that would be
12.
12.
Okay. So with arms like this, the guy's probably exercising. So now we have to fill in his exercise. Whoops. Okay. So hit I agree.
Did we accidentally skip?
Okay. Now scroll up, and now you can go back to 2. and you can make changes.
Oh.
So if you go ahead, you just click on the steps.
So close this one.
Yep. For some reason, I guess we were on step 3. There we go. There we go.
So.
No? Yeah, it is 3. It is 3. Yeah. So the big thing with this is that if you adjust this, there's a glitch in this. So if you click the wrong activity, or you say, "Oh, he's doing it for 50 minutes," no, he's doing it for 60 minutes. It becomes cumulative, and it overestimates his calorie expenditure. So if you make a mistake, you have to zero it out, save it, and then go back into it. Right. Otherwise, it'll say you're burning 3,000 calories in that exercise. You know. Right. So let's say he's doing weight training. Scroll all the way down.
It doesn't like you.
Yeah, this stupid thing. There we go. So let's say he'll say that he does an hour of weight training, maybe 4 times a week. Let's say
Yeah.
that. So 60 minutes. Beautiful.
3 times.
Okay. And if we look at that, that's 270 calories a day. Allotted to that. Now, what else do we want to say? Does he play basketball or do cardio?
Yeah, I'd say so. It's athletic.
Very good. So what are we doing?
What is he doing? I don't know. My
Basketball.
Okay. So let's say recreational basketball for 2 hours. That's 120 minutes. Once a week. Anything else?
Do they just go through cardio?
Sure. What's his choice of cardio?
Jogging.
Okay, so let's just do jogging. Maybe he goes for a jog how many times a week?
2.
Okay, and how long does he jog for?
30.
30 minutes.
Okay. Okay, so this guy's averaging around 500 calories a day in exercise. That's good.
Beautiful.
Okay. That's pretty good.
He's a
More
beautiful
or less.
man. He's a pretty man. Very good. All right. All right. Does he have any medical conditions?
Yeah, he's healthy.
So
Let's make him healthy.
so medical history. The part Q are like disqualifiers. We want to make sure that he doesn't have any major risk factors. So those are yes/no questions. There's 5 questions in there.
Okay, so no.
Pains in your heart and chest. Those are important things. High blood pressure. Mom or dad have a heart attack. Does he smoke or chew? No. And is he obese? No. Does he take any medications or does he have any
We hope
conditions?
not.
No.
All of this.
He hasn't taken anything.
If you have a bad back or a trick knee or something like that, then you would list that on the bottom. Physical limitations. Hit save and continue. All right, this is important, and a lot of times when we fill the assessment out on paper, they skip this. But this is important to determine if the guy's got a fast metabolism or a slow metabolism, or if he's an overeater or an undereater. So we want to know if he notices trends. Is his weight going up or down?
So at the gym, do you fill this out in the presence or you do it on your own?
Or
Now,
do they come to you with it already?
Typically, what I'll have them do if I have an appointment, the first 5 or 10 minutes, I'll hand them a clipboard, and they'll give you the dietary analysis, and that's assuming that they're going to get a binder, because the software doesn't need that, but the binder needs it because we give them the pie chart. And then there's the front and back, which is this on paper.
Okay.
So they just fill it out. So you come in, you briefly look it over, enter in their contact information, do their body fat, and then predict how long it's going to take for them to get to their goal.
Without doing this on the computer.
And then they do it afterwards?
Because it takes up your time.
Exactly.
Right? And we can take this and put it in at a later time. In fact, you can do it in between clients, or when you guys get really busy, you can hand it off to us, and we'll just all we need are these 3 pieces of paper, and we can make a binder.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was more curious. Like, because that's gonna take up. If it's a 30-minute session, that's gonna take up
25 minutes.
Yeah,
yeah,
a
just
lot.
inputting information.
Yeah, just have them fill that out.
Okay, and then just skip all this, and then tell them we'll come back to it, and it'll be complete when they sign on.
That's correct. We're going over this right now just so that you understand.
So we know how to do it, but
but in the course of an appointment, yeah, I would. You just want to make sure that that paper is filled out. You want to get a really good body fat. So you got to do step 0, which is the height and the weight and the ethnicity and the time zone. How many times they're pregnant, and then we go back and do a body fat.
So you do step 0 on this one, then you go back to this one and do the body fat on there.
That's
and then
correct.
it'll enter it in by putting in TriSystem.
That's correct. If that's the method you chose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good. All right. So let's breeze through this.
Okay.
So has this guy, has his weight been increasing, decreasing, or remained the same, fluctuating?
The same.
Okay, he's pretty constant, right? What are his goals?
Till he's gaining body mass.
Both A and B, right?
Most people are both A and B. Yeah, I want to tone and firm. That means, okay, so what's a realistic goal weight for this guy to weigh? He pretty much, in his head, probably wants to weigh
205.
Yeah, close to the same. Yeah, that's good. He might never have weighed that weight, or okay, he's been trying to gain weight.
Heaviest.
So the heaviest weight has to be less than 205.
200, because that.
Yeah, his present weight. That's realistic.
You have to put it in it, or is it gonna? It's probably gonna make
but like today's date, no.
Sure.
Yeah.
23rd. 23rd. 20.
Lightest he's weighed since high school. 180.
Yeah, that's realistic.
Just
Graduation high school, so it's like junior. Okay.
sorry. Come on, June. He graduated on the 16th.
Very good.
In 2010.
What's a good goal body fat for him?
10
Yeah, I would agree.
or less.
Sure.
Dude, don't let's say 10.
Okay. I think it's going slowly because we're recording the screen and we're telling him to go on the internet. Yeah. Okay. Is he a finicky eater?
Your turn.
No.
So he'll eat anything that would
He'll eat
click on none.
anything except pork.
Very good.
No pork.
Okay. How many meals is he eating a day?
He's doing 5.
He's already doing 5. That's
Impressive.
good. Yes. Current supplement intake. Is he taking any vitamins?
He takes all kinds of vitamins.
Like what?
Steroids.
We can't take him.
Okay.
Can't be our client.
I
I don't know what's the most common that guys
Just a
do.
multivitamin, I think.
Yeah, like a GNC multi for men.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a little one a day bed.
is he a young guy or an older guy?
He's 27.
Pretty young, so he's not worried about his prostate or any of that.
No.
He's probably taking DHEA or
He's probably doing,
creatine,
Creatine,
Glutamine.
glutamine.
Anything.
Yeah.
branched chain amino acids. He might be taking. Someone might have convinced him to take that. Whey
Let's say
protein.
glutamine.
Whey protein.
So this is just a text field. You just fill it in for your own records to see what he's taking.
Glutamine, whey protein. What else did we say? Creatine.
Creatine, yes. That's good.
That's alright.
Okay, now You want to figure out if he's a finicky eater, or if he likes or dislikes something, or has food allergies. What do you think?
So let's say if he's allergic to, we would put here.
Type it in. First, search the whole database for peanut food. Anything with peanuts in it. Okay, so it's searching for peanuts. It's not searching for peanut flavored. So let's search singular as well.
But right now, plural.
Well, the singular will also bring up plural.
Oh, okay.
So now we have more. Because there's peanuts butter, which he's probably also allergic to.
Yeah.
Check all. All the way up
top.
top.
Oh. What's it?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Ta-da. Beautiful.
Now all the way down the bottom. Take the elevator down. Add to allergies. He's allergic, right? And now if a menu or a meal comes up with that food item in there, it'll be highlighted in red.
Oh, that's nice.
All right, anything else? You understand likes and dislikes? It's trying to just avoid foods he doesn't like. So if he doesn't like oysters, it's unlikely that would be on a menu, right? But if he doesn't like things like cottage cheese, some people don't like the texture and the taste. And it won't
Mushrooms.
stick it in there.
They could just.
And now if a dislike comes up, it'll show up in orange on the menu. Now you can pick anything that has mushrooms in it, like Trader Joe's couscous with wild mushrooms. He might eat, but just to be safe, you can check all, and add.
If he sees something that he might not, then we can unclick it.
Yes, ma'am. Very good.
So add to dislike.
For the software, should we just do everything not plural, and it would pull it up if it was plural?
That's correct.
Like if we're
In a search like this, but then if you're searching for, you want to put an apple on a menu, you want to do the reverse. You want to search it. Yeah, you want to search the fruit plural, otherwise it'll bring up everything that's apple flavored.
Okay.
To speed through the process of building a menu. Okay, so hit continue. That was good, so we understand that. What times you wake up? What times you go to bed? This guy a night owl? You stay out all night? Serenading young women? Or does he go to bed early like a good boy?
What do you want him to work at?
He could go to bed at like.
No, he works at a.
He works at a nightclub.
He works at a nightclub.
He plays the bongos? No. His name is Ricky Ricardo?
Something like that. So yeah, he probably gets up at 7 or
Those are
maybe 6.
Probably 6. I feel like that's even like.
And goes to bed at, let's say 11.
Okay.
That's 7 hours.
Very good. Okay, hold on. Second column. There you go. So, this is where you would look at this, and you got to kind of estimate. Do you agree that he's eating around 2,100 calories a day? Or you think he's eating more or less than that?
That's
probably eating more. He's already having 5 meals a day.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so I average about 4,000 calories a day. I just happen to be 5'11", like this guy, who's already a reject. I happen to be, yeah. You made him a young guy. He's actually, his birthday is my birthday for some reason in there. I don't know. But I weigh 215, 212, 215.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but he weighs 200. So, and my biceps are 15. His had to be 18.
I think I'm eating more.
Eating more. Very good. Save.
Do we have to put in how much about, or can we just leave it?
Oh, it says if no, you should enter in something. Yeah. So what do you think he's eating?
4.
That's a big difference.
Yes.
15 to 18.
Oh my goodness, 3 inches makes all the difference. I'm eating some humble pie right now. All right. Where does he work out?
The gym.
Okay.
He's one of those gym freaks.
So that'd be at a fitness facility. Is he somewhat knowledgeable, or is he an experienced exerciser?
Experience to get to that point, I think.
Very good.
Yeah, he's done it.
Can he touch his toes, or is he muscle bound?
Maybe not.
He's so muscle bound.
Or isn't.
He could touch his toes.
With his barely fingertips.
Barely.
With moderate
With
discomfort.
Okay, so right here.
Uh-huh. If you know his resting heart rate, most people don't. You put it in. If not, you leave it blank. When is he going to train?
Well,
First
that
thing.
varies. Sometimes before breakfast, sometimes at night. So if we have somebody like that,
That's
what would
both?
we say?
You just pick one or the other.
Oh, okay.
Before breakfast is
So
better.
whatever
right?
they do the most.
Yes.
So,
Well, let's say he goes to bed late, so
after
here.
dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Or
works.
after dinner. No, before dinner.
Okay.
That's between lunch and dinner. There you go. That's before dinner. Very good.
And we don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're done with this part.
Yes. So now it's going to automatically generate a whole online program. It's going to pick from meals in the database.
Based on what you
Right.
put.
So if he said, after you did your sales presentation, if he said, I can't afford that. I can't afford you. You guys are great. But you're too expensive for me. Then you can offer them the software at $19 or $27 a month, whatever we decide it is for that gym.
Mm-hmm.
And you call me and you say, make this guy not a free client, because when he logs in, then we'll charge him.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So now let's go back and let's do the math. So he's 200 pounds, 12.6%, and he wants to gain muscle and lose fat. So let's get some paper here. Actually, rather than paper, yeah, let's because we're making a recording, we should probably put it on the screen, right? Because we're making a recording. Yeah, cancel. There we go. All right. Let's see here. Let's open an Excel spreadsheet because it'll do math for us.
Trying to figure out how to do that for physics.
There you go. On your phone?
No, on my computer.
Oh, can't do the Excel spreadsheet. All right, so I'm gonna put it in the middle of the screen so you can see it. So he's 200 pounds, and he's 12.6%. Move that away. 12.6% is 0.126, right? That's percent, right? So if we want to know his fat mass, that would be 200 times his body fat percentage, right? And that's his fat pounds. So this is his weight. This is his fat percent. And this is his fat mass. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So if we want to know his lean body mass, then we would take his fat mass and subtract it from his weight, right? So that equals 200 minus his fat pounds. So there's his lean body mass, right? Now he wants to gain a little more muscle, right? We said a few more pounds, maybe, right? So he was really concentrating on gaining weight. Maybe he would gain 10 pounds of muscle. That's significant. For us to just kind of predict or talk about working with him for the next 3 to 6 months. The average amount of muscle that a guy can put on is maybe a half to a full pound of solid skeletal muscle mass a month, right? So let's say we're working, that's conservative, right? If they're emaciated or if they're doing things not good, if they're depriving themselves, they could put it on a faster rate. Then you want to be conservative going into that. So let's say his goal lean body mass is 5 pounds more, and it's around 175. We'll round it up to 180. So this is his goal LBM. Come on, LBM. There we go. No, L. There we go. Okay, so we know that he wants to be around 180 pounds lean body mass, and we know that his goal body fat, right? This is now. Now, then this is goal, right? We want to figure out what his goal weight's going to be, right? So we know he's 180 pound goal lean body mass, and we know he wants to be around 10%, which would be 0.10, right? So we got to figure out what his weight is going to be first, and then we can figure out what his fat mass is going to be, right? So it would be this, his goal weight would be
10% of that.
would equal his lean body mass divided by, well, his lean body mass is 180, so it'd be divided by the remainder of 10%, because we know that 180, his body's gonna, at 180, his body's going to be 99. I'm sorry, at 180, his body's going to be 90%. I'm sorry. Let's say this over again. 90% of his weight will be 180.
Okay.
Right? So that means that if we were to do math, let's do the algebra here real quick.
We need to figure out
Let's go
what
to
would be 100%. The 90% of 190? 180?
right. So that would be if x, if I was to write it, come on. Let's get rid of this right here so it's causing me problems. We'll go back to that. I'm going to tell you how I figure out the formula. Right? If x is his weight, it equals
0.90.
180 times 0.90, which would give you the percentage.
It's 180. No, it's 180 divided by 90.
0.90?
Divided by 90%, right? Because if we times it, then we're going to get a 90% of 180 times, we're going to get a number less than it, right?
Yeah.
Because we're taking 90% of 180. We want to know what number is going to be 90% of, yeah. Here's how we figured it. Here's how I explained it. If x is the weight times 90% equals 180.
Oh,
All right, now how do you isolate x? You divide both sides by 0.90. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So this equals his goal weight divided by, how do we figure this out? 1 minus his body fat percent. 1 minus 10% is 90%. That makes sense? Oh, why is it saying reference? Divided by. Let's see if that works. Okay, look at that. So what's his goal weight going to be?
200.
200. So
That
going.
remains the same.
So adding 5 pounds of muscle His weight remains exactly the same because what's his body fat?
His fat decreases.
Right. So his fat mass equals
becomes to
this
19.
20. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay. So what do we have to remember in this lesson? You figure out his goal lean body mass. You divide his goal lean body mass. You divide it by the inverse of his goal body fat percent, or 1 minus that. Does that make sense? You hate math, I know. So we're gonna drive this home. So he wants to be 10%. So we have to divide 180 by 90% to get his goal weight. That's 20. Then we figure out his fat mass. Now, why did we do all this math? Because now we know that he has to lose 5.2 pounds, right? His fat mass now compared to his goal mass. This equals this minus this. So he has 5 pounds to lose, and then what's going to go on here? This equals this
minus that.
Right, minus exactly, and that proves why his weight has to stay the same, because we're going to burn 5.5 pounds of muscle, or 5.2, and gain 5.2 pounds of lean body mass, hopefully skeletal muscle mass. All right, how long does it take to lose 5 pounds of fat? 1 to 2 pounds a week. So if he's having a hard time, 5 weeks. All right, how long does it take to gain 5 pounds of skeletal muscle?
5.
Could be almost 5 months, right? So what are we going to present to this guy when we present a nutrition program?
6 months.
A 5 or 6 month program. Yeah, we actually only have 6 month programs. So ultimately, we're going to say, okay, I think that we should work together for 6 months. 6 months exactly. And the way we present it is it's $2.99 down for the binder, and then $99 a month for 6 months. And he comes and sees you every 2 weeks. There we go.
And just nutrition.
It's just, well, yeah, we're assuming that this is just nutrition, like it's B2B or Del Mar or wherever we're going to go.
Makes sense.
Sound good, guys?
Yeah.
That was 53 minutes. I'm going to stop.